I've written a column tonight about some of the history. Yeah, some of the history of our friend Kyle. He's given me a whack this week, and I've said he's got the intelligence of a kumquat, but we'll put that to one side. The PM went on his radio show on Monday at the beginning of a week, which was all about domestic violence. He went to his wedding. Do you think Albo might rethink who his friends are?
Look, I've got to say, I'm in a very awkward spot at the moment, and I love, what is the world of radio without a feud between two radio stars. But I had a very similar view to you of Kyle Sandilands many, many years ago, and I've actually gone completely 180. He said some, really rough stuff about a female reporter at the Daily Telegraph, and I'm very tribal, and so when that happened, I just sort of went, right, you can't say that about one of ours, and I went out swinging. But I've actually got to know him a bit more since then, and I think he's like the persona he puts on the radio. Yeah, it's rough around the edges, and yeah, it's provocative, and yeah, he'll say things
rough around the edges. It borders on pornography, mate. You're obviously not listening to his show. I sat there for 16 minutes on Monday.
I don't listen. I don't think his show is targeting my demographic. I think it's a demographic about 30 years younger than I am.
Well, mine either. But it's on free-to-air radio. It's disgraceful.
It's not provocative, Joe. It's disgraceful. It's vile. It's disgusting. It's gutter barrel information. And it is toxic. And the thing is, pick your company and I'll pick your character. So if the Prime Minister is hanging around this person enough to be invited to the wedding, these are the people that he hangs around. Now, this whole justification of it's a persona they're putting on, this is the persona that's influencing the next generation. And he's responsible for how he speaks and how he treats people. And if our Prime Minister is hanging out with someone that speaks like that, that means he has no problems with someone who treats women so poorly like he does.
Well, look, I think
perfectly said, Amanda. And if you read my column, I can't even read out on air what he said. If you read the example that I've written about in the Herald Sun tonight, that stuff is just disgraceful. Now, people will say, OK, it was 10 years ago. So what? He basically threatened to hunt a woman down. I mean, Amanda, that's just not acceptable, is it?
No, and look, we all learn, right? We all make mistakes and we learn, but the reality is he loves being like this. And it's disappointing that people support him by listening to this type of trash, I would call it. But the reality is it's 2024, and if we want to change how people see women and treat our sisters and daughters and everyone in the workplace, then we need to start by turning off anyone or anything that is vile or has anything abusive to say about a woman.